how's it going? In this video I'm actually going to compare these 4 flash drives. I currently own all of them, and I'm gonna make this easy for you to decide which one is the best. And I'm going to do some real world comparison, like real world scenarios where I'm going to be transferring, let me show you, these kind of files like Photoshop, 2.3 gigabytes of music. I'm going to do it to each one of them individually, and I'm going to use a timer as well, and a lot of good details. But I'll make it short now. You don't have to watch the entire video to know which one is the best. I'm going to tell you right now. So just look at this example of what I'm actually copying. So this is just folders that I made. So this one actually has a Photoshop in it. It's almost 2 gigabytes, 2.3 gigabytes of music, 3 gigabytes of videos, all of them in MP4. I believe there's like 32 videos in there. This is just pictures and videos of computers and stuff I've been working on, but it's a mix of pictures and videos, basically 3.62 gigabytes. This is a single file, like a video. It's almost 2 gigabytes, and that's good for sequential reads and writes. And I don't know about this is actually Windows 11, an ISO file. It will take probably forever in most of the drives, but all right, it is what it is. So I'm going to be cutting the video for sure. So this is my real results from Crystal Disk Mark, and to be honest, straightforward. If you have the money, this is the best one here. Let me show you a picture again. I bought it like 7 years ago in 2018 when it was released, and I paid $120 something back then. I think now it's just $70. I have the 256 gigabyte variant, and it's the best. Just look at the numbers. You can pause this if you want, so you can get it on Amazon and other websites. So it's about $70. The next two, forget about like the average USB 3.0 or 2.0 drive. This is actually Western Digital, but yeah, I just put it here just because. But just pause this and look at all these numbers. And but these two, they're like hot sellers on Amazon. I actually own both. I prefer the Samsung over the Sandisk, and it's a little faster too. It's more solid. Yeah, I'm gonna make another video because the Sandisk actually, it's smaller. It looks super nice too, but that little part here tends to break, and it's just $1 cheaper than the Samsung. And the capacity, you will see now, it's actually a bit less, even though they're both 128 gigabytes. This actually has a little bit less available capacity. So here's the pricing. So $14.99 and then $13.99. If you can't afford this one, the Corsair GTX, which is solid metal outside basically, super reliable, it's the fastest out of all of them. If you cannot spend $70 on these, just get the Samsung. All right, so let's get to the real live test. So I'm gonna start copying, and if it's taking long, then I'm gonna pause the video, pause the recording actually, and show you whenever it's almost done. So let's actually start now. Right, so let's start with a Corsair GTX 256, which is this one right here, and it's right here. And yes, it's just a second, so I won't even use this. Single file, MKV file. All right, so now let's try the Samsung one. Same file. started like a second late, but so that's actually this right here, the Samsung. So claim read and write speeds. So we're copying too, so about 30 seconds instead of 5. All right, reset that, and now we're going to try Sandisk. Sandisk right here, same file, and yeah. Interesting. Wow. Okay. About 14 seconds actually, not 15. Wow, that actually surprised me. Leave the timer here. So now I'm going to show you why I will be excluding this here. I'm just gonna use this as an example. Oh, not even as bad. But imagine if I have to copy all of those files. The total of this is about 17 gigabytes. I'm going to pause the video for a little bit and resume whenever this is done. This is just the average USB 3.0 actually drive. I know a lot of people use it to read files from it, but it's almost the same price as as these two right here. That or this. Look, it was just a single 2 gigabyte file, so it's sequential write speed, writing to it. And yeah, just 1 second, I'm gonna pause it for a few seconds. Let's see how long it takes. So spend a couple of extra dollars and get yourself one of the better ones. I'm not going to record more like using these, so I'm gonna just close these. So like 2 minutes, while these took 5 seconds, not even, and these one took about, these two, they took about 30 seconds or something like that. Yeah, so not worth it. So let's see now. 1 second. Reading from this one here. I'm gonna start with this. Where is it? So I'm going to transfer, like, let's say you plug it somewhere and you have music and you want your radio to read it. It's actually better to use one of the small ones, but or you're just transferring the files that you saved from another computer or somewhere else, and you're trying to put this in your computer. So let me show you now how much time it takes. All right, so here it is. I won't even start the timer. It's like 4 to 5 seconds. All right, so that was this right here. So now let's go and do the Samsung. Where is it? Come on. All right, here. I got to delete it. All right, so show you again. So now we're using this Samsung. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, it took about 5 seconds as well, so it wasn't bad. You know what, let me do it again so you can see. Okay, it's not even showing me. Oh, that was quick. Whatever. So all right, let's try now the Sandisk, which is this one right here. So, oh wait, let me restart this. now we're on the Sandisk, and just 2 to 3 seconds longer than the Samsung. So now a lot of people use it for music, pictures, and videos. Let's say that you have a whole bunch of them. So let me tell you how many gigabytes in total. So 11 gigabytes of music, pictures, and videos. I'm not going to do any of the programs yet, and I'll start with the Corsair. Everybody should know, yeah, that one. So let's start with that for now, and I'll set the timer for this. Yeah, this dropped because of the temps, and it's what you call it, not just sequential but random reads and writes. A regular SSD is a little better. I'm going to make another video with my external NVMe at this 3.1 Gen 1, I believe, so 10 gigabit per second enclosure, supposed to give me at least 1,000 megabytes a second, something like that. So let's see. A regular external SSD will give you a steady 300 to 500 megabytes a second on the reads and writes, sometimes a bit less depending on what you're transferring. So let's see. So here we are, 2 minutes and 7 seconds to copy 11 gigabytes of mixed pictures, videos, and music. The average user does what they use. So now let's transfer all of that to the computer, like if you were transferring from the drive, again, Corsair, to the computer. Restart the timer, and so we have to add 1 more second to this. Reading from it, it's very steady. Writing to it as well, if it's like sequential or like a couple of big files, as you saw before. So I won't even pause this video. So 30 seconds to do what, 11 gigabytes from the drive to the computer. So now let's try the Samsung. Wait a minute. Oh, I opened it twice, that's why. Whatever. Alright, so let's try the Samsung now. Right, where is it? Have to copy it to it, and then this is the Sandisk. Where's the Samsung? Alrighty. So I'm going to copy these 11 gigabytes worth of files to it, and then back to the computer again, like I just did with the Corsair. So let's begin. I'll pause the video. I don't want to make this way too long. Sorry about the background noise. It's actually my AC. As you can see, 308, 309. So that was to the Samsung right here. I love it. So let's copy all of that back to this folder. Alright, so 11 gigabytes in total, and let's see how long it takes. Wow, I don't even have to pause the recording. So reading from the drive, claim. Oh my god. So 32 seconds. And again, that was, where is it? Samsung, right here. These are the claim speeds. So pretty good, to be honest. 30 seconds, 11 gigabytes. Yeah. And then copying to it, it was about 3 minutes. So yeah. All right. So now, what? 1 second. Now we have to do Sandisk. The same process. So now we are copying from like 11 gigabytes of mixed pictures and videos to Sandisk. Where is that? Yeah, here's the claim read and write speed. So we're going to be writing to it. So it says 130. So let's see. Oops, I started these a bit late. But one good thing is that I see better speeds writing to it than the Samsung, but reading from it, I believe the Samsung is a bit faster. I like the Samsung better. But copying to it, so you can see here, Samsung was at about 60 megabytes a second, steady. 60, 62. This is at 130, 128, 130. Pretty good. Pause the video, the recording for a little bit. Oh, this part was interesting here. So after like 5 gigabytes, 6, it got warm, and yeah, speed is dropping. So at the end, it was about the same time, and they have the same format. All of the drives, exFAT, and it's not FAT 32 or nothing like that. exFAT, and it was about 5 seconds faster. So let's see, copying from the drive, so the Sandisk, again this one here, to the computer. So, and here we go. Bit slower than the Samsung. I believe the Samsung was at 380 at some point, or 360, something like that. It took the Samsung about 30 seconds. This will be, say like close to 40 probably. Let's see. Okay, it's pretty steady though. 11 gigabytes, like I said. So like 47 seconds. So pretty good. I don't know if I should. I actually am. I'll be copying. No, I'll copy to those drives. I'll delete everything they have inside. I'll be copying these here, and maybe Windows 11 installer. Let's see how long it takes. So start again with this Corsair. So let's just do the Photoshop, which is about 2 gigabytes. That was quick. Alright, that was like 7 seconds. Alright, that was to the Corsair GTX. Now let's try Samsung. Alrighty, and pause it. Alrighty, so 33 seconds instead of like 5, the GTX did. And finally, Sandisk. Alright, on the same one. Alrighty, Sandisk, this one here, and let's see. Oh, okay. So when it came to a program, this took a bit longer. Just a bit longer. Alright. So now let's just do one more thing. Let me see, Corsair. Let's see. Windows 11. It's about 10 seconds, not even. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So after a couple of gigabytes, yeah. Right. So like 20 seconds, let's say, a bit less. Let's try Samsung. So again, now we're going with this one here. It says it up here too. Alrighty. Pause the recording so you don't have to wait. I'll do the waiting for everybody. Alright, so here it is. It's about 1 minute longer than the Corsair GTX. So now let's do Sandisk. Here we go. Whoa, this is doing way better. Wow. I won't even pause the video. Let's see. Wow. No thermal throttling. Wow. I just jinxed it. A bit faster than the Samsung. Copying like Windows to it, so Windows installer, so not bad. I guess that's about it. So what can I say? What can I say? So discard these, like any weird branded. This is actually Western Digital, but any cheap brand or random weird name brand, avoid those. $14 for the Sandisk, $15 for these. I believe this is better. A lot of people are actually going to be reading from the drive, and this is way faster than the Sandisk. And durability too. Like I said, I own both of them, and I had one of these that actually, you know, I'm pretty OCD with my stuff, so I try to keep it neat, and one of these actually broke on my hands, like pulling it from the vehicle. This is better, slightly bigger. I have another video that I'm going to put together, just comparing these two, and you know, side by side. But if you have the extra money, get one of these. Very portable, way faster than those two, and pretty solid. I have it. I mean, mine, like now that picture is like from a few years ago. Now it has a couple of scratches here and there, even though I try to keep it nice. But it's solid. It's solid, and never got any files corrupted or like bad files from this drive, so it's pretty good. And it has an SSD controller, that's why it's faster. Now if you don't mind about carrying something bigger, an external SSD is way faster and like more steady transfer speeds than this one here. So but this is more portable. This is super portable, easier to get lost because these are tiny, to be honest, but size of a dime, no, actually the size of a quarter. And but if you have a vehicle and it's just for music, either one of these is good. Samsung better. If you're transferring pictures, videos, music, files, and it's not just using it in a vehicle, it's just from one computer to another, then get this. It kind of blocks some of the USB ports sometimes, not crazy bad, but it will take like almost 2 spaces. So thank you for watching. I'm going to add a little bit of extra information at the end of the video now. Hopefully this was helpful for everybody out here, and like I said, that's the one to get.